Welcome to the Senior Instructor Review class. I'm happy you joined me today. You like more the left side. Well, it will out of yeah, sometimes constellation, the energy, right? We see. So, first of all, question what you have not understood or what is not explained in what for your understanding and what you expect, so I can adapt and I can maybe help you in this way. There is always this like this, you know, when you drive or when you walk on the road and you walk the same road back, it looks different. And this is the same. The Tao is the way. So we are showing the way you have to walk, but you have to experience yourself. And sometimes you have to go back again and forth until you understand the whole practice. And we have to be patient with ourselves. Learning, we learn very slow. We have two computers in our body. Now we can talk about computer. Everybody knows about computer. And I just need to change my computer. It's very slow. So we have two computers. One is very slow, little memory. One computer is very fast and big memory. The slow computer with little memory is the conscious mind, is the learning, is the now. And the unconscious mind is the fast computer. So what we do unconscious, actually during the day, 95% what you do unconscious. You make, this is the fast computer. Sometimes you, oh, I did that, I remember anymore, but you did it. So the fast computer is just playing what is recorded, automatic, we call it automatic. To go from the slow to the fast, from the conscious to the unconscious, takes some time. And when you have it's automatically. But the learning phase is always slow and repeating. We learn not faster than a kid. But how many times we have to repeat the kid to learn something? All the time, repeat, and when it's in. And this is the same. So now this is something, especially a new concept. We have trained a little bit the same concept, and mostly is the left side brain, you know, the logical thinking and everything. We are trained on that, but we're not trained on the right brain more, the feeling, the energy, and understanding this part. We're not trained on that. Our school system, our education is more the logical, the left brain trained. And this is more the right brain feeling, the energy. Right? Yes?
Can we turn the AC on?
Excuse me?
Can we turn the air conditioning on?
Yes. Yes, no, yeah. We have then also a microphone when we record this, and so the online people, they also can have this in the recording. And there is a microphone there. So, and in case you want to watch again, you also can hear the question. So, is anything what this feel like it's you need a bit more explained or a topic, anything? Yes?
So we learn a lot of things like the 6 healing sounds, the creation cycle, the blue and gold light, 5 channels. So what order do we do them in? Like it's going to take a lot of time per day to learn all this.
Yeah, good question. Yeah, I agree. There is a lot of information, and because also these courses, there are people, some are really a beginner, some medium, and some just want to repeat, so everybody can pick up something there. And the 16, I mean, in generally, we always using inner smile and 6 healing sound, the creation cycle, always the creation cycle. What is each, the element support another element. And 6 healing sound, we start with the lungs. The lungs is the metal energy, is the breathing, and we have we focus on also on the breathing part. So it's also that's why we start on the lungs. And the inner smile is the heart. Heart is the lord of our organ, like the blood go in all the organs, so controlling all the organs with the blood flow. So the starting point is different. Inner smile, 6 healing sound, but then the creation cycle. So there was a question about why we have the fire energy in the heart, or why is liver energy is wood. You know, everything is energy. Everything is a vibration, has a kind of property. So the wood property is a growing property. Right? And this in the old time, what is growing? It's the plant, it's the wood is growing. And the green color, actually the bile is green. The bile in the liver is a green color. Green. And you have kind of planning and thinking, and this also an energy of organizing is the liver energy. The fire is the heart is like if you have heart energy, you have more the expanding energy, right? If the heart is closed, low energy, but the heart is open and is fire energy, fire is an expanding energy. So this is the property, and then with the element is a kind of relation to this, and you also can feel when you go into the forest and the green color, it's really feel it's good in the liver. And like the kidney has to do with the water, with the urine, right? So the water energy, so has a relation to the water energy. And so it's the feeling, and when you go deeper and you can really feel this is in a connection to that. So and each organ, we need to work in a team, and that organ needs to work in a team, and if the team is strong, you are strong, and we need to take care the team member who is weak, and some team member, they are too strong. We have to more calming down, and the weak, we have to helping to balancing out. And for this, you can look in the Mahashia website. It's the Chinese astrology chart. When you scroll down, you see, you can click on it, and there you can have a simple version of your chart. So you put in the birthday and the time. If you don't know the time, you just put in one time, and then maybe you take another time and see. Sometimes the time not change so much, but sometimes it's good to know the time. But you see, sometimes it gives you an idea. Then you see a simple version of the energy of your organ when you're born, and these are circles. And the circle with a big circle is more energy, small circle less, and it's the same cycle, creation cycle. On the top we put the heart, then we have the spleen, the lungs, and then the kidney, and the lungs and heart. So this is the circle. And so in generally, when you see your chart, you can, like the weaker part, you can enhance more focus in the inner smile, exhaling sound. You make the sound a little bit more, or smile a little bit longer. And you can use also the organ who helping, who support, like the liver is the kidney who supports. So you also can use the kidney energy and bring into the liver energy. And some maybe you have to reduce the energy and make them. This is your mind power. Your mind power creates everything. It's everything created by the mind power. Your mind. And what does it mean, mind? Is we have the three factors: the mind, the heart, and the feeling. We call like the heart. Heart, we generate like the feeling. So mind, eye, heart in one part. You bring this together and you start to visualize and will be actualized. As more you stronger you have your focus, your faster will happen. And if you want to create something, you visualize and you put in the universe, and the universe give you back. This is the manifestation of that. So you need to strong focus, and this practice also help you to focus strong and give you a strong focus. Right? You focus all like this time in the sexual organ. You focus, you concentrate. So you concentrate, you focus on different body part for your practice, and you become an expert of your body. We have different practice to focus, to learn focus, right? There's different practice, but when you learn focus, you enhance your focus, and you get known your body. So you have double effect on that. And you start to feel your body, and where is some tension, where is some pain, and over time you're going to feel early stage of pain. And when you start to feel in the body, especially for those they never have experienced like a Chin-Tsang, the belly massage, and some people go there, oh my God, the therapies make me so much pain. It's not the therapies make you aware the pain in the body. The pain is in the body, but you're not being aware. Unless it's really so strong, the pain, that, oh, I cannot, then you really feel. But many pain, you know, it's like, we see now the number 0 to 10. So 0 is no pain, 10 is strong pain, and you all variation between. So maybe from 0 to 5, there's a pain you not feel, and it goes 6, 7, you start a little bit pain, more pain, when a little bit pain, okay, but when it's getting 8, 9, oh, you start to be aware on that, and then, oh my God, I need to go to the doctor. And pain is mostly a tension, a stagnation, and they cannot do much. They can only give you a painkiller. But over the time, this pain will create an inflammation or create something what the medicine can, oh yeah, this is now a tumor or this is now this, and we can, mostly the operation is the solution on that. So don't wait to that long time. So we're going into the body in the early stage. And early stage also to release the tension is belching and yawning. It's an early stage to release tension in the body. This create the tension in the body, and I mean, you know, very sensitive. A baby, a little bit air in the body makes them very bad. And as we know in the baby, you know, for those that experience with a baby, when a baby is sleeping a little bit or in the bed and suddenly start to cry. So what is your reaction? You go to the baby. If you want, you start, or you have a bed, you shake a little bit the bed, or you take out and you shake the baby, right? And the baby start to stop crying and you put back again. So what's happened now? A baby has not much movement. And what needs movement in the body is the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system has no pump, can only move by, you can move the lymphatic fluid by movement, by like squeezing, relaxing, squeezing, like that. Also this is a movement. So a baby has not this movement because just laying down, they not walk and not much. So the lymphatic system getting stuck, and the babies don't feel good. So we're going up and shake, move the baby, the lymphatic system start to move, and the baby is happy again and continue sleeping. So we are quite we have quite good ideas, right? So we're creating a bed for a baby to make them moving, right? And then we have the rocking chair for the old people. So the baby not move much, the old people not move much. So we make something to make them move, right? That's why we do that. And sometimes you feel when you sit long time, let's stand up. Sitting a little bit and just do is shaking. Sometimes just to open up a little bit the shaking. Spinal cord breathing good, we activate the pumps. So you need to be aware that you're moving the pump. So we start on the sacrum lumbar, hip. So the hip to the front, lumbar bend, chest sink, shoulder round, cranial in. And to get more pressure into the spine, you squeeze your perineum and you press the tongue up. And to get more pressure to the spine, you squeeze with the arm, you press the lumbar, the cranial. This part is the weakest point. Squeeze in the back. And now we release, move first hip, lumbar, thoracic, cranial. So now the cranial is a little bit tricky. If you are a lot trained, also in the morning, you do like this. But if somebody not so trained, you bring the chin more in. But over the time, you can stretch here when you have a training. For those people, they're not so trained and they do like this, they can block the blood flow and they get dizzy and you fall down. So that's why we do on the beginning like this. But if you do more training, you stretch here. So open. Now again, sacrum, lumbar, thoracic, cranial. Sacrum, lumbar, thoracic, cranial. Look up, tongue up. Sacrum, lumbar, thoracic, cranial. So this is you're moving the pump. So why we moving the pump? We have spinal fluid in the spine. This is the information. Information. This is the director, like an orchestra. This is the director. These are the players. Your organ are the player. You don't need to teach the organ to play. You don't need to teach the people to play. They know but the director need to coordinate. And this that's why we need a connection from here to here. If you have a director and you have the orchestra and the director is on the back, there's no connection, right? So the connection is the spine. And the brain gives the order what they have to do. This is the spine, and for this we have the parasympathetic nerve, sympathetic nerve, and the vagus nerve. So the sympathetic gives you always going on. Parasympathetic goes more in the relaxing phase. And the vagus is the reporting system. They report what's going wrong, right? So when we have problem here, they always report, there is a problem. And your brain getting fed up when you have no time to repair. And why you not have time to repair? Because you're in the stress mode. Stress mode is war mode. In the war, you have no time to repair. You have to run, you have to fight. In the stress mode, you have no time to go to the toilet, right? No time to repairing. And we are not going anymore to the sun. Sun is now very bad, right? And the sun actually producing vitamin D is our repairing hormone. I mean, when the body has a lot of vitamin D3, he gives the command, now we have a lot of energy, mean like it's summertime, we have a lot of energy, we can repairing. If we have less vitamin D, see, oh, it's maybe winter time, not much sun. We have to save and survive. We don't know how long the winter will be. So we go into the safe mode. So you are constantly in the safe mode because you're not on the sun. You're constantly in the also safe mode, in the not repair mode when you're in the stress. And this creates the problem in our body. And we have now another learned that we can use the sexual energy to revitalize the brain. There is a research that Alzheimer's disease is one of the causes of Alzheimer's disease is missing sexual hormone in the brain. Okay, so they have this knowledge, and then okay, we give artificial hormone. That is the solution. But we have another solution. We can activate this sexual hormone factory. For men, testosterone is in the testicle. For the women, is in the ovary. So that's why we do the massage. Massage the testicle. So with I go now a little bit general, and then on Friday we have special male practice for men and women. I go then deeper into the male practice, more clear, and also in the hanging. So for those that want to practice the hanging, you can, I mean, you don't need to buy, you can, I mean, if you have a bottle with water and the silk cloth, I mean, for those that are interested, we can practice this, the silk cloth. Well, it took here. I have an advanced practice with a string. I do with a string, and I have the hook here. It's easy to change the weight because this here, sometimes the weight cannot go through over here. So I have a hook and a string. But you can both. I show both variation, and you can have in the winter time and have, and then sometime when you have some free time, okay, I do my practice. So it's multi-use, right? You can multi-use. So this practice we're going to do on Friday. So the testicle mass we do then also. So keep we don't need open, but close. I mean, you can work on it because very tight. The testicle need to be cooler for good sperm and hormone production. That's why they're outside. They're hanging outside. If you constantly them tight, which now we are very, very fashion with the sexy pants, they're constantly on the body. They're not cool anymore. That's why the man has less sperm. We know that this already is fact. They have less sperm. Yes.
So Montauk was talking, we definitely talked about single cultivation, and he said we were going to talk about dual cultivation. Is that the 8 benefits? Those are the 8 benefits, the dual cultivation? Like moving your orbit with someone else, all those 8 benefits of love.
I'm not mother language,
Okay.
English. So a little bit slow.
Single cultivation,
Yeah.
like breast massage, testicle massage, and those breathings. And then dual cultivation is with a partner, right? And those are the 8 benefits of healing lovemaking.
Yeah.
Is there any other aspects of dual cultivation that we haven't touched on yet?
I mean, first of all, like this. I explain like this. To make dual cultivation, you need to learn first single cultivation. It's like dual cultivation is performing, single cultivation is practicing. You not practice by the performing. So when I have a tennis player and they play a match, they perform. But before the game, they practice. You know, the ball up and bang, bang, and they go in the gym and all that. These are the practice. Then they go into performing. So in generally, is a dual cultivation, is a performing with the energy. But this you can do also single cultivation, using the energy, exchanging the energy, all that. This is we do in the higher practice. So the sexual practice is first is for health, good health. A good side effect is to have better performance in sexual practice. The next is spiritual cultivation. And what does it mean? It's a longer story, but I try to keep it short.
Is it spiritual cultivation?
Yeah, is as Marcia already talked to you about the soul and spirit. So when you come to the world, as in a normal world, you come to the world as a baby. Now the parents, oh, we have a baby. Oh, we have to feed the baby. And we have to educate the baby. And we have to bring him in school and to make the education to grow up. And this is exactly the same in the spiritual world. You come to the world in January as a soul and spirit not educated, like a baby. Now you have to feed this baby, the soul and spirit, but you cannot feed them with the food, with the steak or anything. You need energy to feed them. And this energy is love, compassion, combined with the orgasmic energy, is the food what you can feed them. And you're starting to refine this food, the energy. So the first part is just shining sunshine to the water, steam come up, right? So we have the material, love, compassion, all the organs, energy. We have the sexual energy, sperm, egg, shining sunshine down, 2 energy come together, steam coming up, the energy rising up. This is already transformation. Then we we go into the organ and make the body healthy. And then also we circulate the body, the energy in the microscopic orbit. You're transforming and refining the energy. So we have different refining process. And then we have a cauldron with the fire and the pot, the cauldron. And we start to refining the energy. We start into cooking, making better food. You know? Baby food is different than adult food. You get better food. So, and then we have different cauldrons, different parts. This is the development in the Canaan League. Canaan League is water and fire in different states. So this is spiritual development later. This is like a university study, like going up to PhD degree. But in general, it's now just this for health. So the loving, compassion, and the sexual energy is a 8 hertz vibration, is a healing vibration, a healing energy. And we bring this in to the organ, into where it's needed. So we need to cultivate your virtuous energy. And that is what the religion teach you, doing good, without any expectation. Give you a energetically reward, not looking for a material reward. You get the energetically reward. You give, you will be given. So you cultivate the virtuous energy in the body. But what the religion generally not talk about them, because it's more delicate, the sexual energy. So I don't know if they have no tools about that, or because you know when you have a weapon, when you have a knife, you can very good use. You can cut the wood to make the fire. It's useful, but you can make also very damage, right? You can kill somebody. So when you have not the tool to educate, then better, like by the kid, you say to the kid, no, we put and close, no knife. Or you educate the kid, but you have to tell them many times. Don't do that, don't do that. And the same with the fire. Actually, the sexual energy is like fire, right? Fire you can use for cooking the food. Fire you can use for heating the room. But fire you can use to burn, to destroy the house. So when you give to the kid the fire, you have to really explain. But then when you're not there and they start they start wrong and the whole house about to burn. So we have to educate. And sometimes some parents, they're afraid, they don't want to educate, or oh no, better we put the fire into the closet. So, and this is a little bit the same in the religion. They say, oh, no, now here not. We just talk about this here. But there's luckily now Marcia came and he said, this is very important and give out to the public. And it's really, now it's we see in many areas this. But I remember when I started, there was not that much sexual book and education out. It was really very new, and for me also was quite amazing when I start to read the book. Yeah, what always Maharshi said, when he listened to the master, I said, it makes sense. For me, it makes sense. Okay, I was looking for something, but even I really don't know really was looking, but there was something missing in the sexual practice. And there I found them in the book. Yes?
And the Ming Men is like where that stove and fire is, right?
No, the Ming Men, the question is about the Ming Men. No, the Ming Men is on the
Sorry, the Dantian, that's what I meant to say.
Lumbar. And the lumbar is the vertebra. And there's two things now. Okay, I explain now the Tantien. The Tantien is more in the middle when you make from the navel what is a mark, a straight line to the Ming Men, the spine, and in the middle of this line, so about this area. And now we have to see there is, in generally, just focus behind your navel. This is easy landmark. It's go maybe where you start to feel, and the Tantien will go a little bit expand, and you will find this point automatically. But also you can visualize there is a fire and there is a pot. So we have the fire and we have the pot we put the energy in, and that is we creating something, right? With a fire, and when you have water in the pot, you're creating something. So this, but on the beginning, we have the fire feeling warm, fire energy feeling warm. So the Ming Meng, the door of life, in the Western side, is easy to understand why this is an important point. The spine has this disc. You see here, the disc. Between the vertebra, we have the disc. And this disc, when they have a constantly pressure, one pressure constantly, the disc will dry out. This, what I talk, is a joint. So it's the same, in every joint is the same build up. So the disc needs a pressure, but also needs a releasing. It's like a foam. You press, press the toxin out, the dirty thing, and then the foam expands, it sucks in the water again. And this is a disc. So you press, and when you move, you release, you press, you remove. So it's a constantly pumping, and this makes the disc flexible and lubricated, so the disc not drying out. If the spine is constant, this is especially the lumbar vertebra, they are constantly curved and like this, then you have no movement, because the psoas muscle, what hold the spine, he has a property to hold the spine that you can stand. But the muscle needs to be strong and flexible, they can move. But over the time, over the stress, fear, what is connected to the kidney, makes this muscle so tight that it's like still. So the vertebra, the 5 vertebra, actually 6, with the thoracic 12, are tied together. There's no movement there. But you not feel them, because you can move from the hip. There's no movement in the lumbar. When you move like this, there's no movement. When it's flexible, yes. When you bend to the front and your psoas muscle flexible, you can try yourself. When you can bend to the front, there's no movement in the lumbar. But when you curve a little bit and you bend, so you have constantly moving your vertebra. And when the bone has a pressure and a release, a pressure release, it's helping to producing bone marrow. And here in the vertebra, in the lower part, we have the most stem cell. So if somebody needs stem cell, they go into this vertebra and take the stem cell. Now they're taking also stem cell out of the fat. But in the vertebra, they are they have the stem cell. So when the bone have a constant pressure and the release, you're building up the bone marrow. So this will help to get healthy body, and that is called a door of life. It's a door who open and close, open and close. The vertebra is open and close. So this is the lumbar, the door of life. This is this point. Give you life. And when this lumbar moving, it's helping to pump. You know, when you just you can physically see the spinal cord. It's like a tube, the fluid, the spinal fluid. And when you have a tube and inside fluid and you press and you release, the fluid go up and down. So this is the same. When the vertebra move, you activate the spinal cord fluid. But when there is no movement in the vertebra, you have less movement in the spinal cord fluid. So that's why with this cranial, we have a lot of tension here and a lot of tension in the lumbar. So we need this part. So the cranial pump, lumbar, sacrum pump. So when the sacrum actually move, squeeze your pelvic floor, the sacrum go to the front, your lumbar straight. So anytime when you squeeze your perineum, you bring the sacrum to the front, your lumbar straight. But this can only straight when the psoas muscle is flexible. When it's tight, you not have it. That's why it's so important we do all this movement, the crane neck, the turtleneck, but always focus on the lumbar. And when you move the sacrum, so you're pumping the energy up. So then the kidney fire is more up in the adrenal, a little bit higher part, the kidney fire by the kidney here. So the Tantien fire is a little bit below the navel, yeah? Kidney fire. So the door of life is not, it's an energy place. I mean, the door of life work gives you energy. So the kidney fire activate, and the Tantien fire you activate with different breathing. The Tantien fire, inhale, expand, exhale, belly in, so the belly is moving. So the press, the lung, how the lung get air in? The lung needs to have a suction. Suction. So the lung needs to expand, the air go in. Now when the lung expand, it can expand through the rib cage, but the rib cage gives is firm, it's not so much space. But there is space down. But it's only space down when the diaphragm the thoracic diaphragm can go down. But when it's very tight here, we have a lot of tension here, the belly, lot of tension, a lot of gas. You know, when some people belly is very tight. So this tension not allowed the lung to expand down. So why we need to release this tension out. I mean, there are much other purpose, but now just for the breathing. So when the diaphragm relax, the belly can expand. I mean, the organ can go out, so the lung has more space to go down. So when I inhale, my belly go out because my lung pressing down, the organ out. And when I exhale, my belly go in, I press up to the lung, I squeeze my lung. Inhale, expand. So I move with my belly now. But many people say, when we talk now the reverse press, they say, oh, for me is no reverse press normal. I can do much better than the normal press, right? Hmm?
That's just the reverse.
Hmm? Yeah. So I tell you why. One moment, I tell. because the diaphragm is tight. So now I inhale, so my lung expand here. Exhale, so I move here. So when inhale, my belly go in because I expand here. Exhale, now my belly go relax, so my belly go like out. So inhale, belly in, exhale out. So for many people, this is normal. They do here inhale, but they inhale here. Then when the chest expand, the belly go like in. Exhale, the belly go out. So, but this is not normal because to breathe here is very hard for the lung, always to expand the chest here. So the chest relax, when the diaphragm relax, when here relax, it's easy to inhale and to bring the belly out from the belly. Exhale. So we're using the belly as like a second lung. Inhale, expand. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, expand. Exhale. And this is come over time really natural. The belly expand. So the chest can be relaxed. Because when we move here too much, the heart can get overheated. And the heart is, have to be careful not to get overheated. So when this part is relaxed, then I can also do easily the reverse press. The reverse press is more, I create a power. The reverse press is also an action press. So when you exhale, you expand. This expansion gives you a suction, and this is force what you can transform to the punch. But also like when people do the weightlifting, the expanding from here. This expansion gives a force to the arm. And the same like when the one want to like the karate to hit. So always an expansion. And actually this comes from the kidney. It's the willpower. So when I expand, and I expand from here, so when this part is also active, the psoas muscle is strong, I expand here and here. When that is the kidney, so I can use the kidney power. And this is a training. So first we do slowly, like we hold on the front and back, and expand by exhale. Now to get more expansion, you can squeeze the perineum, pull up, pull up. You get more pressure in this area, and release. Inhale, exhale, squeeze up. And so this is the reverse breath.
Sorry, I have a question.
Yeah.
In the day-to-day, like when you're normally breathing, is that the belly inflating breathing the proper one, like, or it's the natural one that every human being, I mean, we breathe naturally since we were born. So is that the proper way of breathing, or should we try to like do it with the belly, or in like getting the air to both lungs and belly? And what's the best way to breathe in the day-to-day?
A normal relaxed breathing is a whole body breathing. The belly expand when you inhale. Exhale slightly, the belly go in. It's more a relaxing. So when you want to do a relaxing, you don't do much muscle movement, but just try to feel that the belly moving in the rhythm of your breath. So you touch the belly, and then you inhale, the belly slightly expand, exhale, slightly contract. So you're moving the belly in the rhythm of your breath. That is normal. It is helping the heart, helping the heart. For this, we need to activate the diaphragm. Maybe we do a restroom break. And then, because we know from breathing here, it's good to have the empty bladder. So we have, say, 10-minute break for the restroom break. An important aspect is the diaphragm here. The 4 diaphragm, that they're moving. And we can the diaphragm, the thoracic diaphragm, is with the lumbar on the back here, moving front back. You see it is up to the spine, go up. So that's connected to here, the cranial. The lali diaphragm, cranial diaphragm here. And then, I mean, when the diaphragm moves, a little bit the rib cage, but more the diaphragm go up and down, the organ moving, belly go out in it. So we call this full body breathing. And all the 5 fingers working together. So the psoas muscle, the lower diaphragm, also connect down to the feet. So they influence down to the leg, involved with the psoas muscle. The psoas muscle is the center, and the tension, the psoas muscle tension, reflects out to the shoulder, neck, and reflects down to the knee and feet. So any ankle problem or knee problem or even shoulder problem, first we start from the psoas muscle. This is the cranial. And so here the PC muscle from the top connect to the coccyx sacrum. When you squeeze the PC muscle is the, I'll show you here by the point here. This is the iliacus here. Here the PC muscle, all this, the anus hole here, that probably is the male, but this is the urethra hole here. The women has 3 holes. And the pelvic floor muscle. And this activation of this muscle and getting the tension out is a very good practice that we call like the embryonic breath. So there is first 2 ways to take the tension out. So when you exhale, the body wants to inhale and want to create a suction that you can inhale, right? You want to expand that the air go in, but we close here. So he tried to get bigger suction because you want the air in, but we not let the air in because we close the door. So first we try to get the suction only with the chest. So We move the chest up and down. Later on, you can create the suction from the belly. So you put the belly up, then you hold here and the belly out. The nose go in, like squeeze, like the nose squeeze. But you hold and not let the air in. And you create the suction, power, pumping, only with the belly. When you push in, the nose getting inflated, like bigger. When you out, the nose getting squeezed. So this also producing nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is very crucial gas in our body, what make the blood better flow. Has influence in the sexual practice for erectile better function, erection, and orgasmic feeling for women, because we need a better blood flow. So it's a crucial gas, the nitric oxide, NO. It's not the laughing gas. It's nitric oxide, NO. It's written NO. So let's do this practice. I like to really exhale out as I bend. So I squeeze my lung. So fully exhale. And then when I come up, I create really a suction. Then I release. And then again. So sometimes, like, you don't need to make the noise, but sometimes we make a noise that, see, we do something, or like, we need to really to feel the suction. And you feel the suction in the nose, that nose gets squeezed, get pulled up, so you have the suction up here, and even the pelvic floor. So let's do first just the suction with the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Close, come up. Now we do with the belly, we're moving not too much the chest, just the belly. Inhale. Exhale. Close, come on. With the belly needs a little bit practice to create the suction. Here it's easier to do with the chest. And over time, when you develop this suction, this internal suction, we also use in the swallow down, swallow the saliva. So when you prepare the swallow to the back, and when I swallow, and my belly expand, helping to bring the energy on the saliva right to here. This is the internal suction. This the internal power is the inner, create from the inner alchemy. I mean, the forces, two forces come together, create the new force. And that is the internal power, what gives you the more benefit. It's not easy to explain because it's inside. You cannot see what you do. But over time, when you do many times, you really can feel. Or when you do the Imbroni breath, you feel a suction. When you feel the suction getting more, and this attracts the light, energy. I mean, when you have internal suction, you get more oxygen in, right? When the lung has this natural suction, you get more oxygen in. And in the energy-wise, you get the light coming. The energy comes to you. So you have this internal suction developed. So that's why is this principle. And then for pumping up the energy, I like to show you this. This is in a nice poster in alchemy. This on the left side here. This is an old poster in alchemy poster, and this shows actually what all the practice are doing. So this is actually a black and white. You can hear black and white in a stone carved in a Taoist temple in Beijing in China. Then they make a print in black and white, and this you have the Chinese paper, long paper, and you have here a wood bar, and on top, and you can roll. Is the paper like this, origin in black and white. And then Mahachia did in color. So we have, I don't know why, here we have the section. The water, regarding now the sexual energy is water, and man and woman working on the water wheel. Here you can see here the tapping on the water wheel here, pumping the energy up. So going up. And here we have the different fire, the Tantien fire and the kidney fire. Here the kidney fire. And then we have the bigger one here. So the water, like a water stream, pumping up and irrigating the different field, the heart, solar plexus, Tantien field. And here we see the buffalo plowing the land. Tantien also is meaning a field, a rice field. In the old time, if somebody had a big rice field, he had a lot of energy, a lot of money. So he wanted to have a big field. And you see also the Buddha, he represents money, rich. He has a big belly, big Tantien. Right? Big Tantien, right? So they represent a big chi, the Tantien. More chi, more energy, right? That is represented. So, and they have the different, they explain in the nature. So in general now, like the sexual energy, we regarding as a water energy. The compassion, loving energy, we regarding as a fire energy. And this is the nature, what the nature grow. We have water and we have the sun. And the sun shines on the water and the steam rising up. and start to rain. So this is this circle here. This is this circle here, going up and down here. So actually it's the same. So we need to develop the loving compassion energy. We do with inner smile, 6 healing sound. Okay, later on can be with fusion practice, but this is, cultivate your virtues inside and outside. Cultivate your virtue energy. And of course, healthy organ will also, because the sexual energy is a production area, right? They're producing something. And the production factory need supplier. Who are the supplier? Are your organs. Organs supply this factory. So when your organ weak, sick, unhealthy, weak, they cannot supply good material to here. So your sexual organ will starve. They cannot produce properly. So that's why we need to also focus on this, make the organ strong and healthy. When your organ strong, healthy, you're emotionally balanced. If your organs are weak, we are imbalanced, emotionally imbalanced. But usually we're looking for balance outside. So we try to balance our environment, and we try to find a balanced partner who gives us this energy. But unfortunately he cannot, because he's unbalanced too. Only when you fall in love, they show the best. But then when the love goes down, then the emotion come up. Right? So when we have inside the balance, we don't need to look for outside. And mostly we're looking for outside. And also this is the outdoor feng shui. You know feng shui? Creating a nice place, everything clean and all that. We focus on that everything clean, everything. It's nice too. But it's first inside you, and then you can take care of the outside. These are the practice, what we do. So we smile into the organ, make the body relaxed, flexible, the blood can flow. When the blood flow, organ has supply, can bring, you have a better digesting, a better absorption, better elimination. So you have more energy come in. You have more energy. And the blood can supply the whole body. So when the supply is not there, we starve. So that's why we need to get the Qigong makes the energy, the blood better flow. This is all the practice. So then we need to get the healthy organ here, and the healthy organ here for woman. Woman was the outside the breast, also is more inside. The man is outside the penis and testicle. And we need to massage, we need to stretch them, stretching the penis, the testicle, squeeze them. Same for the breast, massage and squeeze them on it. They need activation. Stagnation means we can be a tumor or something hard, because the blood not, the lymph flow, blood flow not properly. So that is the whole practice. And the next is, I will in the, I think one of the last, on Friday next week, I have repeat with male and female, I'm not dual cultivation, and more into the practice is in the afternoon, is the online people. I go out of this to this practice again, but we do a few practice and then we repeat. And when you have done more time, you know, sometimes we need to do more, and that is also, I recommend you. You know, you have a big effort. I mean, I appreciate really your effort. You pay a lot of money and you travel and all that, you come here. But many people, and you please encourage them out. Many people, they not show up in the classes. In the morning, in the evening, and day class, yes, but you know, when you encourage them, come, let's go, come on morning, some people have a little bit a problem to, you know, they cannot wake up or in the evening a little bit tired. Encourage them to do in the group. This is now chance to practice in the group. At home, alone is not the same, but when the body has this feeling and learned 1 week, 2 weeks, do the practice, and you go home, the body say, hey, it's missing something, I want to do. And you have to bring your body until that you do. You know, now, when you not shower one day, you not feel good, right? But how many times your mother tell you, you have to shower, or you're washing the hand. Now when you feel, oh, my hand. But how many times your mother tell you, you have to wash your hand, right? But then the body of the one, he wants to do it. Now the mother don't have to tell you anymore. You want to do it. And this is the same in the practice. And help other people that coming now here and push them. And we have the group now and tell them, come, let's come to the class, come in the class, do it together, work together. And this makes the boost. And when you do this 1 week, 2 weeks, this boost, the body has already something. You know, not, it's hard, it's not easy. I admit I had the same thing, but when I went to the summer retreat, that time was in the States for 4 weeks, and it was a big boost up, you know, and to every day this training. Yes?
So I have 2 questions. The first one is, are we going to have like some kind of like book with all the exercises that we have been practicing? So of course here is super important to practice because we can ask and we can experience here, but also to have it in our home. Are we going to have like this kind of book or something in which we can follow the exercises?
There is some kind, you know,
Exactly,
I
like a guide.
understand. This is, you know, when we have so many practice and all that, how to bring together. That's why, you know, when the COVID started, and before I always did the morning exercise, and then the COVID started, oh, people cannot come here and we cannot practice. So I make them aware online, non-stop, every day. Now we are 911 times. And in this practice, you have all this major practice inside. And when you do this, and then you see, I want to do maybe on the end or so, I want to do a little bit longer inner smile. I want to do a Tai Chi form or to learn. I want to do, you can add this, but these are the major core practice. I try to build this in a systematic way, and you can do every time, every day in YouTube. You can watch, you give a guide. And this is, okay, maybe some people don't like me, okay, they don't want to watch me, that's not the thing. But otherwise, you need to otherwise you need to write up, make a schedule, I want to do that, because there is no fixed pattern. Because everybody a little bit different, and so okay, as I said, maybe some people don't like my practice, they want to do different, they want to do this side, and so you make a scheduled practice, so what you want to do, what first a little bit what you like to do, which practice you like, and then you need to see what you want, what is your goal, is now more the sexual practice, or it's more the meditation practice, or it's more like the Qigong, the movement practice, that is, right? And okay, when on the end I have the review class again, I come and tell what can be done as an example, but there is no, because like it's the program, or the thing is like from kindergarten until university, so a whole teaching what and that is also different story. But now when you do the sexual practice, so for women, I mean, first of all, we need, not this for women, for men and women, is balancing the organ, balancing the emotion. So before or after should be in the 6 healing sound or inner smile meditation. So for women, okay, it's good like to massage the breast. The men do the testicle massage. So now when you massage the breast, you connect to the gland and connect to the ovary. Men, when you massage or the nipple, you can feel a connection to the prostate, to the testicle. So massaging breast, massaging the kidney. And then the men massaging the testicle, the women massaging the ovary. And this energy feeling you guide up to the brain. How you guide up? With your mind power. And a little bit spine movement. Pumping. So we have the spine movement, we have the turning the water wheel. When you stand up, you can do, so it's actually just front and back. Sacrum, front, back. Hip, front, back. Lumbar, front, back. Thoracic, front, back. Cranial, front, back. But we're doing this in a circle, but actually the body move only front, back here. Here a little bit go down and a little bit up, so makes a little bit a circle, but actually it's just a front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back. This is a pumping, so the spine is pumping. So we do this pumping movement, so circle in the sexual organ, and up in the lumbar dantian. So it needs to move here, it's here, moving here. And heart. And crane. So with the eye, you visualize a circle, but you're moving mostly front, back. And you can go a little bit down and up, but down not with the knee, here. When you sink, you stretch your lumbar, sacrum go in, lumbar go in. Lumbar go back as you sink, sacrum in, lumbar in. You see, this is...
Like a wave, right? Like a wave.
Yeah, like a wave, yeah. So you need to go back. Now you feel you're stretching your lumbar. Stretch, straight more, straight more, not this, not this. Here, because here, when you do here, the lumbar is short. This is the the gorilla, they walk like this. Right? They have very tight psoas muscle here. Psoas muscle tight, people walking like this. So need to be straight, sink. Now you feel you stretch your lumbar, tuck in the sacrum, lumbar go in, you come a little bit up, sink. So this is the water wheel here. I mean, here the water wheel, the circle. This is actually one of the most important here, that the lumbar, sacrum lumbar move, and the cranial. Cranial here in, the cranial here pumping. So when you guide the energy, when you smile in your organ, in your massage, you can move a little bit. And you can feel smiling down to the ovary or to the testicle and bring this feeling up. This feeling, it's on the beginning not so easy to feel. Man is a more cooler energy. Woman is a bit more warmer energy, the ovary. When you activate, like you make you arouse, it's easier to feel. So you can also make a little bit aroused and bring this energy feeling up. For men, it's a little bit tricky, especially for those that are addicted for ejaculation, that when you start a little bit too aroused, they want to do more and they're going to ejaculate. So we talked about more in the man practice, how to control ejaculation, because it's the most important part for a man. And when you can control, you can say, yes, I do, yes, I don't do. You have a fully control of this strong energy. So you can have a smiling sunshine, smiling, loving energy, or you can manipulate a little bit. You feel this energy and you bring it up. You bring up with your mind power, sometimes with the pumping, and for more, especially when you work with the aroused energy, we need to work a little bit with more, because the aroused energy is a more thick energy, and you need stronger pump, and that we call the power lock practice, to pumping up this energy. We have unaroused sexual energy. There's here, it's always here. With the smiling sunshine, we can transform them. We can activate the sexual energy with hand manipulation or with smiling sunshine, smiling down. We feel the aroused energy and we bring the energy up. So for men, is the unaroused is a cooler energy, and the aroused is a hot energy. That's why he needs something is a hot, more thicker. The cooler is a lighter energy, easily to bring up. For the more the aroused is this thick energy, you pull up and it's going up in the spine and make the spine like, when you have a flexible tube, and when you when you have the fire brigade, the fire brigade, the tube are empty, very flexible. And they put the pressure in, and the tube is very, very stiff. And this is a similar feeling when you guide the aroused energy up in the spine. Your spine get something like stiff. So for this you need some time to activate the pump. But when they activate, you don't have to do all the time. This is the power lock. So for the women, is the unaroused is more a warmer energy, and the aroused is a cooler energy. So in generally, a hot energy makes more headache, so we not can leave too long or too much in the brain, so we bring down and store here. Cooler energy, generally, if you feel comfortable, you can keep here, otherwise you bring down to the Tantian. And we see the Manshi already talked also this the Kundalini syndrome, too much energy up the brain, they cook the brain, and that is really severe problem. And myself, many people connect me and they ask for help. I mean, they suffer a lot. They suffer a lot, and it's really a problem. So that's why we are starting actually bringing the energy in the spine up and not in the middle channel. It's easier to bring the energy right up here, but it's not safe. It's more difficult because we are very tight here in this area. And this is like a security valve. So the spine is kind of security valve, cannot let too much energy up here. But this blocks us, so it's easy to feel energy, and look up, to bring up here. You don't need to work so much, but here, this part, you need to loosen up this part here, a lot of work here, that this is flexible here, that you can feel the energy go up here. And this actually, so, you know, when you look to the spine, when the energy go up the spine, each vertebra has a connection to a different organ. So when the energy go up in the spine, you supply each organ automatically. So if you have this benefit, bring the energy up the spine, sexual energy will distribute to all the organ, and coming up to the brain will activate your brain. So there is one exercise, and is the genital compression, to get a little bit more energy down here and more pressure down here. So this internal pressure, we inhale, then we hold the breath, and then we try to internally pressing down. Like you can visualize, like you have an air bubble, you inhale, you have air bubble here, and you're pressing this air bubble down, and then when you come here, the belly expands, but now you need to press in the lower belly. So first practice is you touch with the finger above the pubic bone, and you press with the finger in, and you try to press your finger out. And when you're pressing out, now you feel you can more press out when you pull up the perineum. When you pull up the perineum, you can feel more pressure here, right? With the perineum. So the perineum, you can enhance the inner power. The perineum, the PC muscle, the gate of life and death, is more loose, more weak. And the weakest is when you need pampers, when you not can hold anymore. So that's why when older people, when they get old, they are weak here, they need pampers, because this lower gate is weak. So this muscle needs to be trained. The lumbar, the psoas muscle, need also to be trained, but he is very tight on the beginning. So we need to loosen up. First, we need to stretch the muscle. And when you stretch the muscle, then you can start to move. But when it's tight, you cannot move. So we need a lot of stretching for this psoas muscle. And then we can, when is the muscle loose, relaxed, then you can move your lumbar. When you sit and you just hold the hand on the back, and when you can move your lumbar front back without belly muscle, without moving your body, just this lumbar moving front back. So the lumbar move, especially sitting. I just stand up so you can see. So I not move my hip, I not move my body, I just move my lumbar. This is the goal, that you have control of your lumbar, of your psoas muscle. Yeah. And then you can work with the lumbar, with the door of life. So, the lower gate, the pelvic floor, you can enhance the internal power. So we inhale, we hold here, and pressing down is internally, and then try to push the finger out, and with the perineum up. Here you need to relax, not tight. And okay, inhale, pressing down, chest sink a little bit, feel down, down, and pull up. And now we press down, and now we feel when you squeeze the perineum more on the back, on the inner side, and feel we're getting pressure to the back. And we're expanding to the back. This pressure, we're pressing down, and then we create this pressure on the back, and we try to bring this pressure up. It's like you have a steam pot, this something. I think my battery can die. You have a steam pot and a security valve. A steam pot and the security valve. When the pressure is too much, the security valve, you get release. So this is the pot, and you're pressing down. You get a lot of pressure here, and now you're releasing this pressure up to the spine. And you let the energy up to the brain. When you relax here, you feel you get some saliva, and you're mixing saliva, and you swallow down. So you inhale, pull down, perineum up, get the energy back up, mix it out, Need to keep the pressure here. And when you swallow, so we're going to start with belly breath. Belly breath, exhale. Inhale, pressing down, perineum up, guide the energy of spine up, mix it down, and swallow down. We do now one time, and if any question, you can ask. Belly breath. Exhale. Inhale. No. Sit down. Hold the breath. Pressing down. Perineum up. Guide energy up. Slava. Relax. Move it in. This internal pressure pushes the gas out of the body too. And this helps to bring better blood flow in this area. We need a better blood flow in this area for sexual health, for sexual performance, for orgasm, for erection. We need a better blood flow. This helps to get a better blood flow in this area, get more energy in this area. Again, belly breath. Exhale. Inhale, return. Hold the breath, pressing down. Perineum up. To the back up. Look up. Slower. Do one again. When the pressing down, when you really have internal pressure, you feel warm in this area. Warm feeling here. Belly breath. Exhale. Inhale, return. Hold the breath, pressing down. Perineum up.
You say like, get the air and then you say like, hold it?
Inhale 3 times. Inhale, belly, chest, head.
Yeah, and then
Hold the breath.
you hold it, but then
Hold
when
it.
you bring it back, you
Bring it down.
exhale.
No, bring down.
The whole
Hold.
exercise, you're holding the breath.
Not breathe. Bring it down. Press up. Guide up. exhale. So inhale 3 times, and the whole procedure, you hold the breath until you swallow down, then you exhale.
And the breath is, the initial breath is inhaling, thank you. Inhaling and expanding the abdomen, and then exhaling and pull it in.
Yeah, we do the bellow breath. Inhale first to start. Bellow
Inhale
breath.
and go out.
Expand, yeah. Inhale, expand, like a bellow. Bellow like when you make fire. When it's chimney, we have a chimney, you have this bellow.
Thanks.
Feel like the belly is like a, like when you exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. This is a training because this is our muscle. The belly is just a muscle movement, but it's good to train this muscle with the hand. So you press in, exhale. Now with inhale, you keep pressure and you expand your belly. Inhale, exhale. So helping with the hand to train this muscle until this muscle trains, that you're moving the belly in and out. This belly movement in and out. Because this tension here, we cannot move the belly. And when the belly moves, you're helping the organ to breathe, to pump, to pulsing. When the belly is moving. Yeah. So we squeeze, relax. So this is, and for the digesting, elimination, very good.
The last part, when we swallow down, can we also use it if we have too much energy in our brain?
So inhale, hold the breath,
And then swallow
and then
down.
you're pushing in, turn it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Mhm.
Yeah. Hold. Now pressing down.
So when we feel like we have too much energy in our head, like without this first part of the exercise, we can also just like swallow down. Sometimes we are overactive in the Western world in our head.
Yeah, when too much energy here, not inhale much
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Maybe just to here, not up here.
We already have now.
Then you have already too much here, right? So that is also when people, when you have too much energy here, you not do the energy, sexual energy, maybe only moving in the moon cycle. What Animashia will talk also more about the microcosmic orbit and all that coming week. So not too much up here, or just up here or to the heart, and not up too much here.
And the whole exercise we did, how is it called?
This is genital compression, or you can. There's also like for the man is testicle compression, for women ovary compression. But in general, like say genital compression. So we want to bring, you know, the pressure makes more better blood flow. For those that know a little bit technique, a water pump, you can enhance a water pump pressure when you have a pressure tank. And you see sometimes the pump, and on the top is a round ball, is a pressure tank. This pressure tank helps to increase the pressure in the water pump. So when we have an internal pressure in the body, enhance the blood flow. When you have less pressure, you have mostly people, they are very weak. They are also very skinny and very shrinkle. Some people, they have high blood pressure. You know, they are like this. There's a lot of pressure in the body, right? But there is too much. So, but the pressure in the body helps to circulate the blood, helps to circulate the chi. Oh, we are already over. Yeah, we can talk more, but we have still more class, and I will repeat, and some new topic I have in coming, I mean, for the men, and then men and women again on, I think, on Friday next week. Now we have a group, we can announce anything there. So everybody's in the group? Everybody there, okay. So we can connect there, and yeah, it's good. Keep connecting. Okay. Is there no more questions?
Yeah, but the issue is that, as we said that this at 12:30, we coordinate something to go visit. We are going together to visit some waterfall at 1. So I have more questions, but maybe later is possible. Yeah.
Okay. So we have evening sessions still going on. Passion Hall, 8 to 9. I hope to see you there. Don't skip. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Enjoy the day. Bye-bye. Take care.